Well, we finally get nice weather and we got to go up north. So anyway, Marquette, I know I had a friend said he had to spend tickets were going for like $1,000 a pop. So I know it's a big game. I know they seat like 17,000, draw real well. It'll be a great road test for us. And Shaka is somebody that we know very well. He does a great job. Last year, we saw Marquette play North Carolina right before us. So it's a team similar to us. They shoot a lot of threes, about 30 a game. They play really fast. And it's a team that could be undefeated. Lost a close game to Mississippi State. And we're up 6-7 last 5 minutes at Purdue and ended up losing. So it's a very talented team, and it'll be a great test for us.
Scott, just looking at their stats, they look very balanced.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have a lot of depth, or what's?
Yeah, they play four guards and a center who's actually second in assists, 24 assists, to only 7 turnovers. So they really handle it well, and they like to space you. Like I said, shoot a lot of threes. It's an athletic team. They like to press. So a lot of similarities.
Does it help you at all knowing Shaka's style from playing against him so much?
Yeah, definitely. I think tendencies, things they've run in the past, how we've guarded it in the past, and that'll help him as well against us. At the same time, I know coaches always adjust what they do to their personnel, and they're pressing more now than they did at Texas.
First real road test of the year.
Yeah.
What are you hoping to see out of the guys and how they respond to that?
Well, you're hoping for a win, but first road tests are always very tough. And why I say that is it's first time you're used to the crowd being against you, the momentum, just how hard the home team plays and how they feed off of the crowd. So usually it's an adjustment wherever that first road game is. We kind of got a little taste of that. Virginia drew pretty well in the tournament, and when they were making their run, we kind of felt a little bit of that. But you really have to be mentally strong to be successful on the road, because basketball, more than any other sport, we all know crowds affect the game. The proximity of the crowd affects the game, and that's why in basketball it's so tough to win on the road because of that.
And that's how much does a game like this now help you come Big 12 time?
Oh, it's really important, because if the first time you're experiencing that crowd noise is in January, that's not a good thing. So you got to be prepared, and you got to practice. And it's one thing for coaches to know, but it's more important for players to know. And then it's important for everybody to know just how, I mean, you can have a game under control on the road, and one missed defensive assignment, one bad turnover where you lose focus or concentration, and all of a sudden the game can flip like that. The crowd can get energized, and you're like, man, what happened? So you just have the attention to detail has to be so tight when you're on the road. And again, that's why you play games like this in the non-conference, to experience it, so then you can practice knowing this is how hard and how efficient we have to be to win on the road.
Like there's a belief from these other, from maybe the underdog, and does that make you a little more vulnerable?
I think, again, it goes to COVID factor. You get more 5th and 6th year guys, so you got a lot of older, experienced teams. At the same time, coaches understand the parity. I mean, there might be a difference between the number 1 ranked player and the 100th, but I mean, after the top 20, 25 coming out of high school, they're 28 to 100 to 150 to 200. There's so many talented players. And then it's who continues to work, develop, improve. Some people hit their growth spurts a little later, fill out physically later. So, I mean, you throw that in with 5th and 6th years, there's more parity than ever in college basketball.
Scott, what have y'all been focusing on as far as things you need to improve?
Well, I think, I mean, it's a race right now at the beginning of the year. You got to improve in every area because everybody's improving. And with us defensively trying to impact the ball a little bit more and do a little better job contesting shots. Like everybody, transition defense gets better throughout the year. And then just the no one on your offense being more crisp, executing at a higher rate, not making so many mental mistakes. Again, someone messes up a play, you might not notice it, but from a coaching standpoint, it might be the difference of an easy bucket versus having to create something. And the more opportunities you can get easies, the better you can withstand runs because you don't go through scoring droughts.
Coach, you mentioned their three-point shooting. You guys also shoot a lot of three-pointers. What's going to be the main difference in terms of getting a win rather than just making more buckets?
Well, I think first and foremost, to win on the road, you have to control transition. You can't turn it over against their press. You can't give them easy ones on live ball turnovers. Then we have to contest their shooters like they're going to contest ours. And the big thing is when good teams miss, you can't give them 2 and 3 opportunities. So the glass becomes very important then. But with both teams, we're gonna press, and who handles it, who can get easy ones. Both teams are gonna play a lot of guards, and who gets better shots, who makes them, and then ultimately, I think the glass is very important, and that's something that we've tried to really become better at, and we've improved from our scrimmages, but we're still not where we need to be offensive rebounding wise and defensive rebounding wise.
Coach, with all the new pieces coming in, I know it takes a little while to figure out rotations, minutes, all that kind of stuff. Do you feel like you're starting to get a grasp for who you have, or is there still a lot of feeling out right now?
Well, I think you definitely each and every day think you have a better idea, but the reality is in conference you're playing a lot of one-possession games, so you find out a lot more about your team in 1- and 2-possession games than you do in 30-point wins. So this week will be big in us continuing to see who we are and what we need to be and how we can become better.
Scott, did you expect Adam to do this much ball handling, be the lead assist guy?
Yeah, we felt very comfortable and confident that he was going to be successful. But right now, I think 7 assists. He's a low turnover guy, but that number of assists is. I think you go back to Pierre Jackson days. So he has a lot of weapons around him. He's doing a great job distributing the ball. And at the same time, he's scoring at a very efficient rate. So very pleased with what he's done so far.
Coach, I know the focus is on Marquette, but quick turnaround after that with Gonzaga. What have you seen from them this year? And they upset from Texas.
Yeah, I mean, like every team, they got new pieces. They're growing. They played 3 competitive games in the Phil Knight tournament, and they got to be feeling well with the last win that they had. But that's a team that is used to winning. Finds ways to win. They lose at Texas and they bounce back and beat Kentucky by 20. So why you love playing a team like that is you're going to get better. They're not going to beat themselves. And it's going to be a game where if you win, you've done a lot of things really well. So playing games like that, there's no loser, meaning net-wise. There's a quality win available and a chance for your team to improve and get better and play one of the nation's best programs. You look the last couple of years, us two are the only programs in the last 3 years to be ranked number 1. Us two are the only ones with top 10 draft picks in the last 2 years. And we both had our shares of wins in the last 3 years for sure.
Do you expect them to harbor some resentment?
I'm sure they'll be excited for that game.
Coach, we've seen, real quick, LJ and Adam really kind of step up in those big moments, especially against UCLA in that game. How big is that for your team, just to have 2 veteran leaders like that in those games?
Extremely critical, especially early in the season. Teams that have experience, have veterans, tend to do better throughout the whole year, but especially early.
Well, Jalen, obviously be a big road game. What do you expect from Marquette?
They run in transition. they can really make shots. So we're going to have to be really solid on transition defense, and we're going to expect their best effort. So it's going to be a true test on the road, early test.
LJ, a true road game at a Big East opponent, that's got to, just kind of help you guys in your development.
For sure. It definitely helps us. We'll be battle tested earlier in the year. They have a real good environment. Our coach showed us a clip of how loud and rowdy the fans could be. So playing in that environment early will really help us down the road.
Kind of going along with that, playing in an NBA arena, is that kind of a cool experience? Do you ever take a step back and be like, well, this might be the next level for me?
I just found out it was an NBA arena yesterday. To me, honestly, a gym is a gym. 10 feet goal, so I just treat it like any other game, honestly.
LJ, you put up 11 threes in that last game. This team, it seems like you guys kind of live and die by the three. At what point was that kind of established that was going to be a huge pivotal part of this offense?
I think that was Keontae George put up 11 last game.
Well, not. Come on, I've got.
It wasn't me.
McNeese, you shot 11.
Not threes. It's Keontae.
Am I reading this wrong?
They must have mixed the stats up.
Yeah, 7 to 30. Yeah, no, that's just flipped. Yeah.
Okay, we flipped. Anyways,
Okay.
this offense. When was it established that there'd be so many threes in the shot?
We work on a lot of threes by ourselves when we're in the gym late night. Last year I shot the three ball pretty well, so I have the confidence to take a lot of threes. Keontae has been a pretty good shooter his whole life. He's been a good shooter. Adam, so we just look to run, and whenever we get good looks, we'll take them.
John, I know that it sometimes can take a while for everybody to settle in, find their role here a few weeks into the season. Do you feel like you found your role in this team, or do you feel like there's still some feeling out to do?
I definitely feel like there's still a little bit of filling out to do, but at this level, you just gotta buy in and do the little things that you need to do to win. Rebound, play defense, make open shots, and everything else will really take care of itself.
Jalen, as a team, you're probably trying to rebound better. Has that been a focus at all during practice?
Absolutely. We got help big flow out down there, and that starts with me. That starts with Caleb. That starts with everybody getting rebounding, all five coming back, nobody leaking out. So.
LJ, you guys, you and Adam are averaging 17 points per game on the year, really kind of providing that spark and that veteran leadership. How big do you think that contribution is from both of you, and kind of showing the younger guys that that's what you got to do on a night-in and night-out basis?
I'm not really going out there chasing points or anything. I know Flag isn't doing that either because, he's leading us in assists. We're just going out there trying to put our team in the best position to win. So if that's us scoring or us leading the team in assists, that's what we go out there to do. But the main focus is to go out there and get the win, and that's what we try to lead and show with the young guys. That's what we got to do to get it done.
Real quick, to go along with that, you guys both made some key buckets down the stretch against UCLA. Who gets the priority in those situations? Is it just kind of like whoever's open gets the ball, or do you guys have any plays designed for you guys?
We definitely have plays designed, so depend on whose number coach calls. But in those moments, if I'm feeling it, I'm gonna go get the ball. If he's feeling it, he's gonna get the ball. And down the stretch, I guess he was feeling it because he took matters into his own hands, and I trust him with those shots. So make or miss, we're gonna live with the results.
LJ, is there someone on this team like a Mark Vital, like someone who will embrace that villain role? Maybe he's a little bit more willing to get chippy out there, for lack of a better word.
I feel like we have a couple players or a few that could embrace that role. We don't know who's gonna step into that role yet and fulfill it full time. But, I mean, I feel like some players have showed flashes and showed the capability of being able to step into that. So it's just a matter of being consistent with that.
Anything else? All right.
Thanks.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.